In this video, we're talking about the 5 reasons why you should consider moving out of home in order to go to university. While we talk about should you move out of home in order to go to uni, we're going to be checking out Exmouth and some of the great things to do here in the northwest of Western Australia. Let's get going. How good is this?
Yeah, it's awesome.
First reason you might consider moving away from home for uni is it opens up a lot more choice for you in terms of which institution you go to. You know, I've visited basically every university in Australia, and there are some amazing universities in places that you just wouldn't expect. But if all you want to do is, or you're not prepared to consider moving out of home because you just want to sort of stay in your comfort zone, then you're potentially missing out on some extraordinary universities and some extraordinary opportunities. So it's definitely a good reason to consider moving out of home. Lots more choice to choose from. The next reason you might consider moving out of home is to make the most of the university experience. You know, Australian universities and accommodation providers have invested really heavily in the last decade in awesome on-campus experiences and accommodation. And that means if you really want to make the most of the university experience, being right there on campus, out of home, is possibly a great way to do that. And I would say is definitely worth considering. Yes, that comes with a price tag, but let's face it, this is something that you're only going to do once in your life. So if you're going to do it, let's do it properly. And you know what? The third reason why you should consider moving away from home for university is independence. It's so underrated. You know, this is, for most of you, the end of the first quarter of your life. You feel like somewhere between 18 and 25, you're about a quarter of the way into your life. And that first quarter has all been dictated by other people, by your parents, by your teachers, by your friends. This is the start of your second quarter. This is the start of the quarter where you are in control. So seize control. When you go out and live with other people, you get away from that environment that you grew up in, it gives you the independence to learn all the skills that you're going to need for the rest of your life. So that's a really good reason to think about moving out of home. Next, and this one's pretty obvious, but if you move out of home in order to go to uni, you're going to make a bunch of new friends. You're going to meet a lot of new people, because if you're moving into a share house or you get your own house and you're starting to organise your own activities, you're going to be out there meeting a lot of new people. And of course, it's awesome to make new friends. One of the great things about university and being away from your regular environment is a really good way to force yourself out of your comfort zone and give yourself the opportunity of meeting a ton of new people. Something that's really important when you're at university is how you manage your time, because you've got a lot of stuff that you need to get done in a relatively short period. You've obviously got to go to classes and lectures and tutorials, maybe practical sessions. You've got all of the work that needs to be done, the readings, maybe also working a casual job while you're going through uni. And so, particularly for people who live in the big cities and might be commuting to and from a university, all that time you spend sitting in a car or spent on public transport is time that could be spent doing other things that might take you further. So one of the great things, particularly for those people living in a big city, if you live closer to your university, you're going to save yourself a heck of a lot of time. It also has the amazing benefit that you get both benefits of living out of home and making the most of the university experience, while being close enough to home that you can always sneak back and do a load of washing and have a free meal on a weekend if you want. So moving out of home can have some really big advantages, particularly in the big cities for people, saving you time and giving you that awesome double life that we all want to live.